तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः वंदे गुरुर्मंडलम Shivoham. Welcome to this series of talks on Shiv Swaroday. Shiv Swaroday is an ancient Tantric text in which Lord Shiva unfolds the secrets of cosmos and cosmic rhythms within us. It is the path that takes one towards perfection. Perfection means an all-round expression of positivity, benevolence and success that is rooted in wisdom. Gurudev says, and I testify, the wisdom of Vedas is revealed within as one progresses in the sadhana of Swar Yog. So far, we have discussed 53 verses of this text. Therefore, if you are watching this as your first video here, I request you to watch videos from the beginning for better understanding. The link to the playlist is provided in the description box for your easy access. Now let's take the next verse, that is 54th verse. It states that Anen lakshed yogi chaikachittah samahitah sarvamev vijanyan marge vai Chandra Suryoyoha. The literal meaning of this verse is, by developing one-pointed awareness, a yogi becomes alert and he is able to know everything about his lunar and solar nadis. I will also take the next verse, that is the 55th verse here, as both the verses are emphasizing on the very much needed quality of mind for sadhana, that is focus. The 55th verse states that Dhyayet tattvam sthire jive asthire na kadachan isht siddhir bhave tasya mahalabho jayastha. It means one should concentrate on tattva only when the mind is one-pointed and steady and not when it is distracted. Then one can gain desired goals, great gains and victory. In both these verses, Lord Shiva is instructing the sadhak to have one-pointed and steady mind. Steady mind literally means a mind over which you have control, not only in sadhana, but even to achieve success in any field of life, one needs to have unwavering focus and laser deep concentration. Our mind has an immense amount of power which ordinary people are not able to utilize completely. In fact, we waste most of our mental energies in useless and unproductive thoughts that translate to poor quality of action. An average normal person is said to have 50,000 thoughts per day, and 96 of these are repetitive. Such is the condition of ours that shows how little control we have. What to talk of control over mind? Most of the people are ruled by their monkey minds, irrespective of which stream or path of spirituality you choose. When a sadhak begins, the first and the biggest obstacle that he or she confronts is an unstable and unfocused mind. Almost everyone does ask this question. I am not able to focus during my sadhana, what should I do? And every time I tell them, focusing the mind is not limited to just sadhana, but it is a continuous process. If you engage in all sorts of activities that your mind wants, you shall waste your precious energy. It shall also diminish your willpower over time. With reduced willpower, you are unable to give commands to your mind, and therefore it becomes impossible to focus the mind during sadhana. The mind and its powers have been the subject of interest to modern psychologists and scientists as well. According to a study, the attention span of an average human in the early 2000s has decreased from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. If these findings are even partially true, we as humans are heading towards a worrisome situation as far as our mental caliber and mental health is concerned. I'm sure you can also relate with it. But what is the reason? Primarily, this mental deterioration can be attributed to the abuse of all sorts of electronic gadgets that we are surrounded with. You may say that all the gaming, communication and entertainment applications are just the biggest culprits. But I beg to differ. I ask, what about self-control and moderation? I leave it to you to think about. So what you do in your whole day is what will determine the quality and duration of your focus during your spiritual practices. If you spend your time surfing the internet and social media sites as a compulsive user, then the chances are that you will not be able to focus your mind during your practices. As a sadhak, you will certainly want to cut off the distractions from your daily life if you are serious about your spiritual growth. When initially you try to restrict and refrain from the virtual world, you may still get the frequent urges. Your mind will give you reasons. Let me check the Facebook. Let me check how many likes my post has got. Let me see that news channel or Twitter to know what is going on in the world. Take a deep breath, do mental Omkar chanting and focus on your breath. The urge will subside. Further, even you know that you will not get any substantial information from there. But if you don't learn to control your mind now and instead give in to its urges, you will waste your energies collecting some or the other useless information or mindless flashy entertainment that will destroy the inner peace. Your mind will become restless and noisy. This is very harmful if you are a sadhak. A restless mind is the number one enemy of your ability to focus. So my suggestion is that you must, by all means, conserve your mental energies. The power of one-pointed mind is not at all overrated. It is a quality that every person should strive to achieve. When you develop a focused mind, you have better control over it. It means you will be able to ignore meaningless and irrelevant thoughts. It means more peace of mind. Such efforts help us in completing the tasks with higher creativity, better efficiency and speed. If you want to increase your focus and concentration, give attention to what you are feeding your mind continuously all throughout the day. That's all for today. Tasmai Shri Guruvi Namaha. I bow down to the divine sitting in your hearts. Shivoham.